What's going on, folks? It's K-Spade the Prospect back with more highlights from the one. Did you see the rim rocking going on last night?
Good evening from Houston, Texas. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this city home to the eighth wonder of the world, the Astrodome. We'll see on the floor who stands out tonight.
I don't know about that, Ed. I may have to disagree with you on that. The eighth wonder of the world is the Red Rowdies. Let's get loud. Let's represent. Houston Rockets, what time is it?
They are certainly impressive. Let's do this in Houston. The opening tip goes the way of the Rockets. They'll have it first as we're underway in Houston. Capella to Harden. Nice pass to get things going.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Clint Capella with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Paul into the front court. 2-point advantage. Curling inside. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Etuan Moore against Clint Capella. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. AD, is he a new age big?
Easy answer is yes. He is Mr. Versatility. He can do everything on both the offensive and the defensive end. He can fight the post, battle for position. He can protect the rim. Plus, if you switch, he can guard guards on the perimeter. That's what you love about AD. You need something, he has an answer for it.
Davis to Holiday. Screen coming. Drew Holiday. Harden's on him. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
And he'll head to the line.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximum effort. than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
First one goes down. Two for two on that trip. New Orleans will take it up. Isaiah Thomas matched up with Paul. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right.
Nothing going here on that drive. Paul to Harden. And counted at the rim. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Holiday to Julius Randle. Nothing going here on that drive. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Julius Randle at the line for 2 shots. 71% for his career. And hits the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Rockets have the ball. Paul to Capella. And the slam. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Thomas. More shot. Oh, it can't connect. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Paul with it up top. Up by 3. Ooh, Chris Paul. Missed his first. That one goes.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Offensive rebound. Another chance. Jumper's good.
Woo! Did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Harden in possession. Leads 3. To Paul. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
New Orleans going to take it up. Thomas to Holiday. Here comes the screen. Drew Holiday, guarded by Ryan Anderson. Clint Capella rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Harden with it up top. Up 5. From long range. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Holiday to Thomas. Lets it fly from long range. His first effort off the mark. Paul. 4-3. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Holiday to Davis. They go down low to Randall. Big finish that time for Julius Randall. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Rockets with 4 to shoot. Anthony Davis able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Whoa, what a finish.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
James Harden, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Whistle stops play, timeout New Orleans, as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Drew Holiday matched up with Harden. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Pelicans. To Harden. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
James Harden, couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. First one, count it.
What's up, bro?
So he hits the first, misses the second. To Holiday. Throws it down.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
To Harden. Here's a chance from long range. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Layup goes down. Well done.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Clint Capella, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Old school equals high percentage.
New Orleans has it. Isaiah Thomas against Chris Paul. To Davis. Takes stock of the floor. Over to the right side. To Davis. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Paul across the timeline. Up 6. Fires the 3. Message received. Well defended. Thomas into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Beyond the arc for three. Second effort. Harden in possession. Up by 6. Thomas with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Davis. The jumper's off the mark. Harden. Has a chance. And the Pelicans able to clear the rebound. Has a look. Drew Holiday. 2 of 4 now.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself. Defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Paul to Harden. Here comes the screen. Harden can't connect. Thomas across the timeline. Down 4. Well, their first 3, and they're right back in it within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those that dropped earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Harden into the front court. Leads just a point. Knocks down a tough shot. Now a smothering defense.
Come on. You knew that setup was coming the whole game. But you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
Holiday to Thomas. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Now Paul with the basketball. His team up by 1. To Harden.
Oh, no, he can't guard you up here.
To Paul. Fires the 3. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
And he connects on the first free throw. Second and 3. Got it. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. It's Pelicans ball. To Holiday. Deep right corner. To Thomas. New Orleans down to 4 on the shot clock. Short jumper stays out. Paul into the front court. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. To Capella. Clint Capella. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Julius Randle. Holiday. Screen coming. Gordon the rebound. It's Paul for two. Wide open look, won't go.
0-4 to start the game. Don't worry about that. You can make your next 6 shots and then be 6 of 10 from the field. That's 60%. That can get you 80 million.
That's it for the first quarter. The Rockets with the lead. Good start to this one. After one quarter play, on to the second period. Jay, neither team was able to get control to start this one.
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Gets it in the left corner. 5 to shoot for the Pelicans. Deep two there, won't go. Deep left corner. Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Trying to cash in, knocks it down. Off the step back.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Hayden into the front court. Margins 8 to Davis. Here comes the screen. Davis. It was right there. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. And scores. Strong take.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot in.
The Pelicans will take the timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Number 55 and number 17.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
And now Houston has the basketball. Sizing up the defense. Gordon on the drive, but he can't get it to go. To Davis. Nothing going here on that drive. Davis. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Davis. Can't connect. It's no good. Paul into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. To Lopez. Shot from it close, no good. Hayden. Etuan Moore sizing up Eric Gordon. Another chance. The follow won't go either. Robin Lopez with a piece.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Paul with it up top. His team on top by 8. To Davis. Anthony Davis. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Probing the defense. Paul. They work it down to Gordon. Here comes the screen. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 33, Ryan Anderson. Entering the game for the New Orleans Pelicans. Number 11, Drew Holiday.
On the drive, it's Paul, but his shot stays out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Has a chance. Shot for more, no good. To Paul. Gordon shot, no good. To Holiday. Drew Holiday. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
I'm a little bit disappointed in the celebration right there, Ed. I mean, live your best life. I want to see a little bit more passion on the next play.
To Paul. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There you go. Finally. Shoot your shot.
Holiday in possession. Now down 6. Down low more. Off the assist.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
It's Rockets ball. Paul to Lopez. Probing the defense. Screen coming. 5 on the shot clock. Paul. For 3. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
And he hits the second.
Number 3, Isaiah Thomas. Subbing in for the Houston Rockets. Number 9.
And he hits all 3 free throws. Thomas into the front court. Right now, down 7. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Going to launch beyond the arc. That's good D. Shot no good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for two.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First free throw is good.
It's like practice.
Ooh, I like that.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Paul across the timeline. Up by 6. Oh, emphatic slam. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Here comes the screen. From long range. Knocks it down.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Thomas with the basketball. Trailing by 11. Paul to Capella.
Double team. Here we go.
That's going to be out of bounds. Changes coming from both sides right now.
For the Houston Rockets, number 13, James Harden. Stepping in for the New Orleans Pelicans,
Isaiah Thomas matched up with Harden. To Davis. And the Rockets have the rebound. Harden with the basketball. It's an 11-point game. Add 2 points to the board.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Come on.
Thomas. To Davis. Finish that. And that one is out. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
number 17.
Drew Holiday takes on Eric Gordon.
Screen.
Houston takes over. To Capella. Surveys the floor. Can't connect. To Holiday. Clint Capella pins it. That's his third block this evening.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Able to convert inside.
Good shot.
Gordon with it. The lead is 11. Lets it fly from long range. Man, that was a tough shot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Davis. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Nothing going here on that drive. The drive by Gordon, but he can't finish. Clint Capella can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Houston with the basketball. To Capella. Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Now their head coach signals for a timeout. They'll regroup before the action continues. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Now Paul with the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Goes to the left side. To Paul. 4-3. Great defense, forcing the miss. Pelicans basketball. Isaiah Thomas matched up with Paul. To Davis. Thomas. To Davis. Clint Capella snatching it out of the air. Fourth this contest.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Deep three at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half with the Rockets in front.
Jalen here with your halftime report. The Rockets have a comfortable lead at the halfway mark. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The Pelicans would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. Have a look at the leading scorers for the New Orleans Pelicans.
First half stats. Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. We handpicked him for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Thomas across the timeline. His guys down by 9. James Harden at the controls.
Trap. Keep him here.
Fires the 3. Pelicans have the rebound.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Has a look. Drew Holiday. 4 out of 7.
All right, you got the first bucket of the second half. Now get a stop, because honestly, that's where your troubles were in the first.
Here we go.
Paul. To Capella. Paul.
Let it fly.
Beyond the arc for 3.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Knocks down the first. Knocks down the second free throw. Hits all 3 free throws.
You've been in the gym, huh?
Pelicans have the basketball. Isaiah Thomas against Chris Paul. Can't miss those. Takes stock of the floor. Paul into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. To Harden. Fires the 3. He engulfed him that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Harden. Dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. To Thomas. Isaiah Thomas. 3 for 6 now.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Paul into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Davis. A pass taken away by the Rockets.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Count it.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, head jab. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Harden hits the free throw. It's a three-point play. The Rockets extend their lead. Thomas into the front court, trailing by 15 to Davis. Big finish at the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Paul with it up top. Looking to make something happen. They get it down to Harden. Anthony Davis! Huge block!
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Paul across the timeline. He'll run the offense.
Big pick right there. I'm in.
Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. New Orleans will take it up. Thomas to Davis. Clint Capella swats it. Ooh, 5 now.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Paul for 3. And Chris Paul, quick catch and shoot there for 3.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Isaiah Thomas, guarded by CP3. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Harden in possession. His guys up by 15. Here's CP3. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Thomas to Davis. It's a big finish.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Here comes the screen. To Paul. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Chance for Chris Paul. That's no good. To Thomas. And he finishes at the rim.
I love when I see smaller players finish in the paint amongst the trees. But if you're a big on the other side, you can't let that happen so easy.
Paul. Had a good look there, but it's no good.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Now Paul with the basketball. It's an 11-point game. Nothing going here on that drive. Spins away from the defender. Sweet move. To Paul. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Paul in the basket, but his shot won't go. New Orleans going to take it up. Thomas. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. Paul into the front court. The lead is 11. Trying to cash in. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Hayden with the basketball. The deficit now up to a dozen. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Going to launch beyond the arc, and he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First try at the line, no good. Second free throw off the mark. Still one to come. And he converts from the line. Hayden into the front court. His guys down 11. To Davis. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Time to shuffle things up. Rockets in control of the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul.
Double team.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Off the mark on the first free throw. It's a second. One more coming. Hayden with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. To Davis. Count the bucket for two.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Paul.
Double. Trap.
From long range. Not that time. He missed it. Davis. Gets it in the left corner. A lot of contact. No whistle. Rockets have the ball. To Paul. Sizing up the defense. Paul. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter. When you look at playmakers from the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Gordon with it. The lead is 12.
I got ball.
Paul to Lopez. Robin Lopez. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Paul into the front court. Up a dozen.
I got ball. Here.
To Lopez.
Double.
Paul off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Whistle stops play. Timeout New Orleans as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Payton. They'll get it down to Davis. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Lets it fly from long range. First one goes down. Second and 3 is good. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Payton into the front court. Down by 15 to Davis.
Screen, 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 screen.
Not that time. Has a chance. Can't connect. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Payton to Julius Randle. A pass taken away by the Rockets. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
New Orleans has it. Payton to Davis. Down low. Shot won't go. To Paul.
Don't let him split. Don't let him split.
4-3. Not that time. He misses.
I got him. I got him.
Missed a wide open look. The follow won't go either. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. The Rockets way out in front. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And this one, Jay, not totally in the win column yet, but with a double-digit lead, you have to like their chances.
I love when I start seeing fans exit the arena so early in this game, and I hear people say, this one should be in the bag. Well, guess what? It's never a game. Guarantee. You have to be careful not to slow down the pace of the game and take the air out of the basketball. You have to put your foot on the gas and try to win this game with a sense of urgency.
It's Pelicans ball. Isaiah Thomas against Chris Paul. To Payton. To Julius Randle. And he buries it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Paul with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead.
Come on, you gotta work around the screen. You're killing me.
Here's a chance from long range. It's good, and he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
You can count that one. 4-point play. Thomas with the basketball. His guys down big. To Payton.
Watch the pick. Watch the pick on your right.
Just up, just up.
Not that time. Paul across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Deep right corner. Oh, had him going there for a second. Paul fires the three. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
And hits the first free throw. Second to three, got it. Perfect from the line. Hits all three of them. Pelicans basketball.
Hey,
Thomas.
lock up.
Shot from the lane won't go. To Paul. They'll get it down low to Lopez. Kicks it around the perimeter. Paul.
Here we go. I got him. I got him.
Beyond the arc for three. That's how you defend.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Now Paul with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Knocks it down off the step back.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And now Houston has the basketball. Probing the defense. Chance for Paul. Wide open look, won't go. Thomas across the timeline. Down a bundle. Randall to Thomas. Lopez. That's not his range. It's no good. Thomas into the front court. He'll run the offense. Randall to Davis. Cleans it up. And scores, plus the foul. Patented move for Anthony Davis. And a chance at three.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Anthony Davis trying to cash in on a three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Free throw good, so they get the three-point play, but it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. Here's Paul, controlling the offense.
Left.
Goes to the left side. Here's Lopez, down low. Pelicans have it. Payton to Davis. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at three coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Anthony Davis at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Free throws good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. With the rock, it's Chris Paul.
I got something for him. That's me. Screw right.
To Harden. Paul. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First one, count it. And he hits the second. Knocks down all three at the line. Elfrid Payton matched up with Capella. Here comes the screen. With the interception.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
Harden. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Harden to Paul. Fires the three. Tough shot. Well defended. For three. That's a forced shot from Elfrid Payton. Off the mark. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. To Capella. Going to launch beyond the arc. And he connects on the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw. Three for three. Nice. Isaiah Thomas against Chris Paul. To Julius Randle. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Julius Randle trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. Unable to connect on the free throw. To Thomas. Isaiah Thomas. With that, he's 5 for 9. It's Rockets ball.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Anthony knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
And I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First free throw is good. It's a second. One more coming. Almost settles for a 2-0-3 trip. Deep left corner. Holiday buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
From long range, knocks it down.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
To Holiday. Davis. Clint Capella sends it away. Incredible. 6 tonight.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Pelicans have the basketball. Down low for Davis. Rebound pulled in by Gordon.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Etuan Moore matched up with Paul. Great defense there, forcing the pickup to Davis. Lets it fly from long range, off the mark. Paul.
You got him.
4-3. Knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Isaiah Thomas against Chris Paul. They go down to Davis. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Here's a chance from long range. It's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
And he adds the free throw.
Hey, switch, I got him.
Drew Holiday here against Harden. To Davis. Clint Capella tips it. Make that 7.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
You've got to get that one to go. Harden with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Paul. Missed it. How'd that not go down? New Orleans will take it up. From the outside, no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Big finish at the rim.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
To Paul. Here comes the screen.
2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Paul. And the rebound pulled down by Davis. Etuan Moore matched up with Capella. Knocked loose. From the painted area, won't go down. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
And throws it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither.
All right.
To Harden. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
To Paul. Fires the three. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions.
Stepping in for the Pelicans, number 2,
Anthony Davis. Capella's on him. And the Rockets clear the board. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Isaiah Thomas against Chris Paul. It's the Rockets who are victorious. They're now 2-0 in this young season. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets put one in the win column with a solid performance. And more often than not, they were hitting the three when they popped from long range. Winning gets a lot easier when you're adding so many points to the scoreboard, 3 at a time. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets. The Pelicans put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup.
Game track. 3-point shooting. Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the upcoming games for the Houston Rockets. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.